How's everybody doing? Woo! Wow, we're getting woos already? That's an enthusiastic crowd for it being so early. I know I had a little bit of a tough time getting up. Anybody else have a slightly tough time? Because my bed was comfortable. Well, everybody here is a change maker. Everybody here is skilled. And I don't necessarily need to remind you all of that. But with everybody being so ambitious, why don't we try to do something impossible right from the beginning? How's that sound? Let's do that right from the beginning. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the weather in the room. Are y'all ready for that? Okay? So what you have to do, though, it's very simple. You're going to follow what Jamie does. He's going to do a gesture. And when he's looking at you, you do that gesture. And you continue to do that gesture until he gives you another command. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Yeah. Let's do this. Keep it going. A beautiful morning rain shower. We are now refreshed. We have changed the weather in this room. Anything else is going to be incredibly easy, right? Awesome. So problem solving is usually a group process. And we need to fill in the blanks together. So we want to have an exercise to see if you're sharp, if you've got your problem solving hats on. So we want you to be ready to fill in the blanks. Can you do that? Yes. Wow, it sounds like 5 people can do it. Can y'all do that? All right, better.
Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm kicking new rhymes that you already move
nice.
Like water, because that's the way we
flow. Yes.
On your mark, get set, get ready.
Go.
Marco.
Polo.
Marco.
Polo.
They say you only live once.
So people got some kids in here, yeah?
Marco.
Polo.
Marco. I can ride my bike with no Han. Solo that no one can get underneath it. So elevated that no one can reach it. Tell me a story, I'll tell you a secret. Make me a promise, I promise to keep it. No beat, but I ain't stressing. Showing the people science lessons. I am a sleeping giant. Get in line to lift off 10, 9, 8. 7. Bienvenidos a todos y todas. Si usted dice hello or las palabras primeras y básicas. Thank you, muchísimas. Yo les sigo, ustedes las guías. Hola, ¿cómo está? Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas noches. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, ABCD. Si es posible, sí se. Sí se. Sí se. Al final, un dicho que digo, el pueblo unido jamás será. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
The people united will never be defeated. Health is everyone's business. We need each other to fill in the gaps. And we have a lot of goals here, and we want to be really transparent about what we're trying to do. For one, we're trying to wake us up, all right? Because we know a lot of people have come. Well, one of the advantages of having a symposium at altitude is that everybody has to make an adjustment. Everybody. We're from Denver, and we're still adjusting to that altitude. This is something. Make sure you stay hydrated if you're not from here, I'm telling you. We're trying to bring the room together a little bit, trying to break the ice, trying to have fun, And we're also trying to introduce some of these core concepts. So, who do we have in the room? Who's here? And we want to give you all a chance to identify yourselves. We know, so we're from the Flobots. So we know that there's at least, oh, thank you. We know there are at least 2 rappers in the room. And we're not going to make any assumptions.
We don't know for sure that every single other person here is a rapper, but
Yeah.
as of now, that's the only information we have, is that we have a room full of rappers.
And maybe we'll have a cipher going on a little bit later, because I think we got a lot of folks with bars in the room. But we want you all to have an opportunity to actually self-identify. So we want you to take a chance to come up with 3 words that identify yourself. I'll give you an example. I am a rapper. I am an advocate, and I am a comic book nerd.
I'm also a rapper. I'm a Libra, and I am bilingual, kind of. And so those are 3 identities that I could share with some people in the room.
So we want you all to take just 10 seconds, come up with 3 identifying terms, all right?
For you.
For yourself. Go. And raise your hand once you've got them. We're not going to call on you. Don't worry about that. Not yet.
Just hold on to these 3 words. Remember these. You'll need them in a few minutes.
Oh, nice. Good call, man. Stevie? Yes. Everybody got a word? Got a few words? Fantastic. All right. And it's beautiful that you're playing that song. Now, one of the things that we're also trying to do is energize us. And for us as musicians, music is one of the easiest ways for us to think about it. So we want you all to now think about, what is your fight song? What is your I'm getting ready for a 6-hour meeting song? What is the song that's going to help you get through a day that you think might be rough or tough, but you're going to be ready for it? Or that song that gets you through that workout? I want you to think about that, all right? Can everybody come up with that song, that fight song, that energizing song? For me, it's Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. That one always does it for me. It's the one that my mother taught. It's kind of like our family fight song. Now, so think about that song, and what I want you to do is find somebody else near you, and I want you to share that song with them, all right? I want you to trade fight songs, all right? Is that cool? Go.
You can stand up if you need to.
Yeah, walk around. Get to meet somebody.
Okay. May I have your attention, please? Now that you've shared your song with one person, find another person, but this time don't just share your song. Share one of the words that you use to identify yourself.
Share your favorite.
So find somebody else. Thank your partner. Say, it's great to meet you. We'll talk again later. But find somebody else. And if it needs to be a group of 3, that's fine. Share your song and a word that describes you. $15 more seconds. Okay, give a high five to your new friends. And may I have your attention, please? What we need now is to bring these songs up here. So we would like 3 brave volunteers. Somebody from over here who would like to come up on stage or is willing to come up on stage. Uh-oh. Anybody on this side? We'll come back to you.
We'll come
Anybody
back to
right
you.
over here? Here we go. Come on up. This is like The Price is Right. Come on down. Somebody from in here. 1 volunteer, please. Or over here. Not all at once.
We need 2 more volunteers.
We need 2 more volunteers from here. Here we go. We got one right here and right there. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Come on up. Come on up. Actually, keep the applause going because they're walking on stage. That could be scary sometimes. Come on up right here with the 7. Make some noise for Leslie, everybody. So, Leslie, can you tell us what is one of the words you use as one of your identities?
I'm a doctor.
Do we have any doctors in here?
Is there a doctor
If you're
in
a
the
doctor,
house?
will you stand up? There's no health emergency. We're just asking. All right, look at all. You have a community right here of other doctors. Let me ask. Can you say one more of the words you picked?
I'm a mother.
A mother. All right, can we get all the mothers in the room to stand up?
Doctors stay standing as well.
That's pretty good. This is a pretty strong community
Yes.
because what we're going to ask you to do by yourself could be intimidating, but with this community may not be. You picked a song just now, did you not? And so what we're going to ask is everyone standing, will you commit that however well you do or do not know this song, you are going to sing along with Leslie when she starts singing? The second she starts singing, you will chime in, not quietly, but loudly and fully,
Loudly.
so she does not feel alone.
It does not need to be on pitch. It does not need to be on key. It just needs to be enthusiastic so she can feel supported. Is that all right?
If you're not confident in your voice, sing louder.
Yes.
All right, are you willing to try this? Do you trust this community, people? Don't worry about all the exact words.
Just
Maybe
the chorus. Just the chorus. Just the chorus.
What's the song you picked out? Sir Duke.
Okay. Ooh, that's not
Is that a hard one to do? Do we think we might be able to do it? You could just hum.
Let's just
You
scat
could hum.
Let's just scat it. Of course you didn't have any idea. Nobody had any idea. But let's just like.
Are y'all ready to sing along with Leslie though? Give a round of applause if you're gonna join in the best you can.
Right, that's Sir Duke, right?
You ready?
Yes.
So what we're just gonna scat it.
Over. They can feel it all over.
A little
Just do
louder.
it again.
They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over.
Fantastic.
Make some noise for Leslie if you would, please.
That's all you had to do.
Go ahead and have a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Leslie. Oh, next up.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Can you tell us your name, please?
Linnea Bjorkman.
Make some noise for Linnea, everybody. What was one of the words you used to describe yourself?
Lover.
Lover. Can we? Any lovers in the
Any
room?
lovers
Would you
in the
stand
house?
up, please?
All right.
Come on.
All right, that's good right there. What was your song?
All right, I don't know what, the Rocky theme song.
The Rocky
Yeah,
theme
so-
song.
yeah, we'll just-
Lovers, are we ready to sing the Rocky theme song? Are we going to energize ourselves with the Rocky theme song?
I'm gonna.
We will be led by Linnea.
All right. Linnea's gonna lead us, and I think we're just gonna be humming it, kind of. So let's do it enthusiastically.
Okay. Da 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 da
For real.
da 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 da.
Fantastic.
Make some noise for yourselves and for Linnea. Okay. Tell us your name, please.
Hi, I'm Mindy.
Make some noise for Mindy, if you would, please. Now, because we're running short on time, we're just going to ask, do you care about healthy communities?
No. Yes, of course I do. Of course I do.
You get 2 chances. You got the right answer. If you care about healthy communities, would you stand up, please? And do you have a song that you think everybody really knows? Like, we have a song as well we could do.
Well,
What's your song?
my song is "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" by Pat Benatar.
Can we suggest a song?
Sure.
Does anybody here know the song "Lean on Me"? Why don't we try Lean On Me all together, and we'll lead it out, the three of us.
Yeah.
So, but we need you as loud as you possibly can to jump in.
Lean on you?
Are you ready?
I'm going to lean on him while we
All right, we're going to lean on each other. So,
Somebody next to you, man.
would you kick us off?
Lean on me.
When you're not strong, and I'll be your friend.
A little louder.
I'll help you carry on,
for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on
Lean on me.
A little louder.
when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Make some noise for yourselves and for Mindy. You, the audience, are our biggest asset. And we know that in the health work that you are doing, the communities are a huge asset, and you'll be talking about that. We know that at this symposium, you as participants are a huge asset. And so we want to issue a challenge right now to take with you for the next few days, and we'll meet back at the end of this and check in with you. So it's a real thing. One word to describe why you are here. You don't have to say it out loud, just figure out what it is. One word that sums up or describes why you are here. And our challenge to you is to, at some point, actually share this word with somebody. Maybe you need a conversation topic, you're standing in line, and you think, hey, what was your word? Those guys, remember they said we're supposed to share a word. Share that word with somebody, and maybe see if you can find a match. Maybe there's someone that has the exact same reason for being here, or just a compatible reason. But we're going to ask you in a few days if you were able to find some folks and if you shared that reason. So that's our challenge to you. There's one other category, one other identity that we didn't mention. We probably should. Is there anyone, stand up right now if you are a transformational leader and CEO of a Colorado Health Foundation, and your name is Karen McNeil-Miller. So
If that's
anyone
you,
who that applies to, a round of
There we
applause
go.
for everyone who's standing. We have a song we'd like to lead for everyone who's standing to sing along with us. Are you all ready for that? Okay. Can we get a round of applause for everyone
Please.
standing? We need a hand clap. We're going to need a hand clap. So can we get one like... Do not speed up, please. Stand up. We shall not be moved except by a child with no socks and shoes. If you've got more to give than you got to prove, put your hands up and I'll copy you. Stand up.
Stand up.
We shall not be moved except by a child with no socks and shoes. If you've got more to give than you got to prove, put your hands up and I'll copy you. I said put your hands up and I'll copy you.
I said put your hands up and I'll copy you. If you got more to give than you got to prove,
Put your hands up and I'll copy you. I said
put your hands up
and I'll copy you.
Put your hands up
And I'll copy you. If you've got more to give than you got to prove,
Put your hands up and I'll copy you.
Make some noise if you would, please, for Karen McNeil-Miller.
Woo! Now I can relax and enjoy the rest of the symposium. I'm falling apart. Oh, it came off. I'm just going to hold it in my hand. So I want to thank Jamie and Stefan from the Flobots. For letting me to mess up their flow, but I appreciate it so much. They will be back on Friday to talk about the work they're doing in community to use music, and particularly rap, as a way to engage citizens and as a way to address social issues. So we look forward to that on Friday. So, hey, y'all. Good morning. I want to welcome the 534 people we have registered here in Keystone. And I want to welcome the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people who are joining us via live stream. I know they're there. Before I go any further, I want to make sure to thank all the staff of the Colorado Health Foundation for this and all that they do for this symposium. In particular, I want to thank the communication staff with Taryn and Jacqueline and Leslie and Carrie and Annie and Kendall. And I want to thank the IT staff, Mark and Catherine. And I want to thank all the rest of the staff who are serving as ambassadors, greeters, and just hosts for the event. So please give them a round of applause. So I want to continue some of what Jamie and Stefan did, and I want to find out a little bit more about who's in the room. So stand up if you are a first-time symposium attendee. Yes. We've got 177 first-time attendees. That's excellent. So now let's see about the old heads. Stand up if you've been to at least 3 symposia. All right. If you've been to at least 5. If you've been to 7 or more. You guys are hardcore. Thank you. So now I guess it's time to get down to business. And it is the business of the week that is about the improving health for families, improving health for communities, improving health for regions, and improving health for the state. That's what we're going to be talking about all week, or the rest of the week. So last year, I wasn't able to join you. I hadn't started yet, but I joined you by video. And last year at the symposium, we were talking about Healthiest Colorado. And in that video, I said that My Health is Colorado, every person, every entity, every institution will believe that health is their business. So now it's 1 year later. And guess what? Nothing's changed. As a matter of fact, if nothing else, we've gotten even more fervent and more committed to that notion. We are ready to turn that idea into action and to turn those actions into a movement. And we think we've got a good start already. Many of you know that my first 5 or 6 months I spent on the road touring Colorado. We went over 5,000 miles, got to just about every county, held about 50 town hall meetings across the state, and in each of those meetings we only asked 2 questions. We asked, what do you have as assets in this community to help people get, be, and stay healthy? And we ask, what are the barriers in this community to people getting, being, and staying healthy? Among the assets, people would say, look around. We live in a beautiful state. We live a beautiful part of the state. We've got lots of built and natural environments for people to take advantage of. We've got, in some places, we've got excellent medical systems. Some places, people talked about the higher education system in their communities, whether it be the community college system or the university system. People talked about their K through 12 system. They talked about the collaborative spirit they have in their community. And on the deficit side, on the barrier side, people said the things we would expect them to say when you're talking about health. In every county in this state, people mentioned the prevalence of behavioral health, mental health, and substance abuse, and suicide as a barrier to the community's health. People talked about access to care, not being able to have access to primary care providers, specialty care, behavioral health and mental health care. People talked about social and geographic isolation. They talked about the high cost of insurance. But then they kept talking. And they talked about the lack of jobs as an impediment to their health. They talked about the absence of child care. They talked about the absence of affordable housing. They talked about the stress that they in their community felt for their families and with their families. They talked about the homelessness. And so because those messages were repeated over and over and over, it has really expanded how we at the foundation, board and staff, how we think about and talk about health and healthcare. And we talk about then what does that mean for us? What is it that we can be and should be doing in this expanded definition of health and what constitutes good health? Some of the evidence of that expanded thinking is just in the agenda for this symposium. We're going to spend time today talking about the importance of building community will. The importance of a community, regardless of how narrowly or how broadly you define it. You can define community as the few blocks or the mile around your house, your home. You can define community as your neighborhood, your town, your city, your region, your state. And we know that there are those of you who are working at all of those levels. But we're going to talk about the importance of that community coming together in conversation and saying, you know what? It is no longer acceptable that X continues to exist in our community. And I can almost guarantee you that whatever X is, there's a health outcome attached to it. Then tomorrow we're going to talk about then how do you create and build that community will? And then we're going to get some examples of communities that are doing that at all different levels. So we've got some information for you these next few days, but information does not make a movement. Activation makes a movement. And so you've got all the time between sessions, over meals, in the evenings, to meet with people, network with people, to help you start that activation, to help you find or confirm your place in the movement. And don't talk to the people you rode over here with. You can talk to them on the way back home. Don't talk to the people you see every day at work. You can see them next week. Don't talk to the people you see regularly. There are 177 new people here who are there for you to talk with and learn from, and who are eager to talk with and learn from and with you. So spread out, get to know a lot of different people. So we're going to create this movement. Now, every movement needs a name. We don't have a name yet. So we're going to ask you to help us. We're going to try to crowdsource the name for our movement. So we're going to ask you, if you are one of the ones on live stream, or if you're here, to tweet at Colorado Symposium your suggestions for the name of our movement. But if you're here in the building, right outside, we've got markers and a wall of windows that you can write on. So we ask you to do that writing. And we know that in this room, there are people who exemplify the notion that health is everyone's business. We know that there are elected officials in the room. And the decisions that elected officials make ultimately have some kind of health outcome in the community. We know we've got folks who are working in government, local or statewide government, and we know the decisions they make, whether or not they're in economic development, whether or not they're in tourism, whether they're in CDPHE, they are making decisions that affect the health. Another example of how we're thinking about health differently, and evidence of that are the health data spotlights that you have in front of you that were on your seats when you came in. I want to thank Michelle Leake and her folks at the Colorado Health Institute, and Larry Walk and his folks at CDPHE, who help us every year with the data collection and the capsulization of this information. And so this is a different kind of data spotlight. So we're not talking about obesity rates or infant mortality rates or the diabetes. We're talking about the connection between education and childcare, and a community's health. We're talking about the connection between food access and a community's health. We're talking about transportation, housing, because those are the things we know that also have a great deal to play in how a community sees itself and addresses its health. So I want to end where we started. So stand up. Stand up if you believe that health is everyone's business. Stand up if you believe you have a role to play in creating community will. Stand up if you are committed to the movement to improve the health of families, to have healthy families, healthy communities, healthy conversations, and create healthy futures for all of us. Great. We'll see you at the movement. Thank you. So now I have the pleasure of introducing Alan Wheel, who is